When dealing with our daily emotions that we all face, there can be positive outcomes we control. Is living abundantly really possible for all of us, no matter where we find ourselves today? Absolutely, unequivocally, yes, is the answer. Now, here is the host of The Long Bearded Guy, the Chief Catalyst Strategist Guide at JEWIL International, Gordon D Melville.
Hey everybody, Merry Christmas, happy seasons, greetings, and however you do your thing. You feel that energy in the air, and there's something special about Christmas time in terms of how we all feel. You're with the long bearded guy, Gordon D Melville, on Inspired Choices Network. I'm excited that we're right here, right on the cusp. Within 24 hours, it'll be Christmas Eve, and that's I have teenage sons, so they're a little bit not as excited as they were when they were little itty bitty. But you know what? We want to talk today about the Christmas attitude of gratitude, and I think that goes to kind of the heart of the season and the reason for the season and the true reason for the season. And so, you know what? Thank you for being with me today. I appreciate that. Taking your time out. It's the most valuable commodity you have is your time. That's the most valuable asset we all have is our time. And you're spending some of that with me today. So thank you so much. I really appreciate that Christmas present for me that you're with me today. So thank you so much for that. Thank you for people reaching out. That still humbles me. It's amazing to watch and to have people reach out. It's such a blessing that I'm so thankful for. My beard's kind of all over. I've got little Christmas bubbles, Christmas tree ornaments. I've got a bunch of them. I have some of them that light up and blink, and I've got some that are jingle bells. And I figured I better not put something that's distracting in my beard as far as the blinky, and the ones that jingle are. My producer would go crazy listening to it jingle, jingle, jingle every time I move my mouth. So I didn't put the jingle ones in, but I did put some bubbles in there to be festive 2 days before Christmas. So, you know what? Are we thankful? Are we having an attitude of gratitude the way that we need to and should? And you know what? I'm not you've heard me talk about shooting all over ourselves. So I'm not a big should person necessarily. At the same time, I think sometimes we get distracted by all the marketing stuff and all the other things we have going on, right? We're looking at all the different activities we have. And as we get closer, right now we're crunch time we're last minute shopping and last minute groceries and meal prep and invitations to people. And we're trying to keep everybody happy and cleaning the house an extra amount so that, Granny doesn't look, or my friends, I'm not embarrassed with my friends, or my grandma rips my head off, and because the house isn't clean. Anyway, there's so many things going on that can distract us from what the real meaning of the season is, what the real reason for the season is. So we want to talk about having a Christmas attitude of gratitude just by being in the season. I think a lot of times that actual that feeling and that sense, there's like a weird, I remember even in high school, that last afternoon, and as people were before Christmas break, and people would talk, and you'd say hi, and people would interact with people that sometimes they didn't ever interact with. There was this feeling of I can't explain it. It was just kind of and I find it all the time. And as I gotten older, you feel it on the street. People are a little kinder. People are a little more warm and friendly. As much as there's hustle bustle and banging around and whatnot and shopping and going for that last turkey or a ham or whatever it is, or that last gift that you have to have for your kid, and there's only one left, and everybody's fighting over the one. As much as that happens, there's also a real feeling of connection and camaraderie and togetherness. And so, you know what, we want to talk about and explore that today. I'm excited. If you're listening today, thank you so much for that. But you can find us, the Inspired Choices Network app. It's a free app download. You can find it on any of the places that you normally would listen to stuff. We're on Apple TV, Google TV. We're on Amazon Fire TV, LG and Samsung Smart TV. Binge Network, we're on Spotify and iHeartRadio and all the places you would normally go. Pop on to see us, bring friends. I hope you got a journal to be able to write stuff down and take notes, but share it, like, love, subscribe to the channel, and then share it as much as you can. The goal is to get the message out to as many people as we can, as fast as we can. And if you've been listening to me or follow me at all, you know my mission is 10 million men in 24 months. So I need as much exposure and reach as I can get. And I'm excited to have you listening, and would really appreciate you subscribing and liking and loving and sharing the whole concept. All right. So as we get started, having an attitude of gratitude at Christmas or any other time of the year is a choice. I'm going to say that again. Having an attitude of gratitude at Christmas or any other time of the year is a choice. We choose to have an attitude of gratitude. We choose to be intentionally focused on being thankful. And if we can use that, because I think sometimes entitlement flops into that. Oh, it's just here. You know what? Are there bits and pieces that are here? Yes. Are there some good things? Yes. But you know what? I just take it for granted. Entitlement, right? So some of it's that's a choice we make, though. We make that choice to have that entitlement, or to take it for granted. A lot of times, having an attitude of gratitude forces us to get outside of ourselves. It forces us to look outward instead of inward. Not that we shouldn't look inward, because I'm big on self-care. I'm big on looking inside to find answers, and inside to make sure I'm doing inspection and being introspective in terms of how I think and feel and grow. But I have to do it in conjunction with, I'm doing that self-care and that self-introspection so that I can be a better human being outwardly. And so choosing to have an attitude of gratitude forces us to get out of ourselves. It forces us to look at the things out and about. Do we take it for granted? I hope not. But getting out of ourselves, it unlocks a fulfillment of life. Getting out of having an attitude of gratitude forces us out of ourselves, and gives us it unlocks it opens up inside of us a fulfillment of life. And a lot of times people say, well, the dollars and cents at work are great or not so great, but you know what, I do it for a little bit less money, but I get deep fulfillment from what I'm doing. This show and what I do in terms of 10 million men and JEWIL and coaching and high performance, all those things, I get a deep fulfillment out of that. It connects with who I am. It connects with my soul. And I think that fulfillment is what spills out in that attitude of gratitude, especially at Christmas time. I think that's part of that. That's part of that feeling. It's part of that ether. It's part of that that sensation that we get at Christmas time. This warm, and you know what? It's not that way for everybody, and to be aware of that. I've had four people I know of that I didn't know necessarily, but that I'm aware of, that gave their souls back to Papa in the last 10 days. The Twitch, if you know who that was, the DJ and one of the executive producers on Ellen's show. 2 days after his 9th wedding anniversary, 2 little kids at home, wife that loves him. But and amazing, he was on So You Think You Can Dance, and he's been all over the place. The youngest one was grade 11, 17-year-old. Christmas time can be hard. Christmas time, as much as there's warmth and amazing love and generosity and all these good things, having an attitude of gratitude for the stuff that we have and for who we are and where we are and who's around us in our life, that was a choice. I've talked about that before, that we are, whether we like that or not, I want to acknowledge that or not, that really doesn't matter. We are where we are in our lives because of the choices and decisions we've made, good, bad, or otherwise. Period. That's the end of it is we're on the hook for that. If you don't like where you are, Jim Rohn said, you're not a tree, move. But it's born out of, it grows out of us having an attitude of gratitude, being grateful for where we are. The fact that you're watching this today or listening to this today, you're abundantly blessed. There's lots of people on the planet that don't have internet or don't have computer or don't have cell phone or don't have a way to be able to connect to this. Just by virtue of the fact that you're listening or watching today, you've got so much to be thankful for. Perspective on where we're at in our world. And especially this time of year, I want to make sure that I'm forcing myself, having an attitude of gratitude forces me into a space where I look outside myself. What else is going on? Who can I reach out to? Who can I talk to that comes across my path? It was intentional. People are coming across your path intentionally. You're bumping into them intentionally. There's a reason they are across your path. Whether you know them real well, don't know them real well, just it's a happenstance. There's no such thing as happenstance. You were put in that place in that moment to have a positive impact in the lives of the people around you. And having an attitude of gratitude for ourselves allows that flow to happen, that fulfillment to flow out of us, that love to flow out of us. It puts us in a positive space. And we all need that. Yeah, there's so much stuff we could talk about with this, but that attitude I'm hoping we don't take it for granted. I'm praying we don't take it for granted. There's people all over the world today that would love to be in our stead, that would love to be where we are. The freedoms that we have. We can do and say and be and go anywhere we want. Unbelievable. We have such huge advantages. Canada, the US, North America, we're so abundantly blessed. We got so much to be thankful for. Roof over our head, clean air and water, food in our belly, people, technology to be able to connect with each other. We need to have an attitude of gratitude, especially at Christmas. I need to thank my sponsors. And so there's a couple of people here. I'm very thankful for my founding sponsor partners. I can't do this without them. I can't do this without you. So as the listener, as the watcher. So thank you to you too. But I want to do two quick shout outs to two of my sponsors. One is Jose Escobar. My brother is the founder and CEO of the Entrepreneur's Bookshelf. Check out the Entrepreneur's Bookshelf to learn more about his morning and evening routine mastery program that's changing people's lives. And he just put it all in a book that launches in January 6th, I think. But it's in pre-order now. So if you want his book, reach out to either me or to him, and we can connect you to that. This morning and evening mastery program will help instill systems on the bookends of your day to maximize your morning and evening routine. It also will help you with an attitude of gratitude, because that's part of his stuff. Set yourself up a free strategy session with Jose Escobar today, and you can reach him at www.theentrepreneur'sbookshelf.com. And the second one is Kat Schwarz. My sponsor, Kat Schwarz, is the founder and CEO of a groundbreaking company called Compassionate Healing Services, and offers a completely unique approach to treating physical and mental health challenges. Again, this time of year, really needed. Check her out on Instagram at Compassionate Healing Services, or email her at info@compassionatehealingservices.com. Incredible programs that she has. And again, very helpful, and especially at this time of year, for some people that are having struggles or having hard time getting through. And even if you're not, it's a good way to be therapeutic in the way that we positive therapy in the way that we execute our life, so that we stay in that good stuff, in that good space. We're talking about Christmas attitude of gratitude. As we go for this quick first break, don't forget to pause and breathe to ground yourself, to focus, And as you're doing that, think about, do you have an attitude of gratitude? Are you thankful for where you are and what you have? You're with the long-bearded guy, Gordon D Melville, on Inspired Choices Network. We'll be right back. We'll see you in a moment.
How much of our daily success relies on our mindset? Anything we are unaware of can still impact our lives. When dealing with our daily emotions that we all face, there can be positive outcomes we control. Why is the word stigma such a BS misnomer? Is living abundantly really possible for all of us, no matter where we find ourselves today? Join the long-bearded guy, Gordon D Melville. The Chief Catalyst Strategist Guide at JEWIL International invites you to an enlightening, sometimes shocking discussion. He will be challenging you to explore your own answers to these questions and so many more. This will lead you towards living an abundant, successful life no matter how you define it. Gordon D. Melville is live Fridays at 12 noon Eastern, 11 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Mountain, and 9 a.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
Are you a subject matter expert? Are you here to share your expertise with an audience waiting to hear from you in only the way you can deliver? Are you ready to have your voice amplified across the airwaves? Inspired Choices Network has a global radio platform streaming to millions of people across the world. Professionally produced and supported by an accomplished team every step of the way, you can broadcast from anywhere in the world, knowing your voice matters, and we ensure it is delivered with ease and efficiency. Eager to hear your message, the world awaits. Contact us today to become an Inspired Choices Network radio host. Email become a host at InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
This is the long-bearded guy with Gordon D. Melville. To participate in the program, join the live studio audience in our chat room at InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can also send an email to the longbeardedguy@gmail.com. Now back to the program.
Hey, everybody. You're with the long-bearded guy, Gordon D. Melville, on Inspired Choices Network. Little bobbles in my beard, trying to have not trying, absolutely having some festive, Christmas is almost here. So we're talking about a Christmas attitude of gratitude. Not that we shouldn't have that all year, because we absolutely should, but we want to especially pay attention to our attitude of gratitude at Christmas time. Because a lot of times, you know what is an attitude of gratitude? What does that even mean? When we talk about it, we sort of say it glibly. Hey, I am not singing. That is not happening. You don't want to do that. The ratings will drop. The viewership, listenership will drop. People will run for the exits like wildfire. So yeah, no. You don't want me singing. But anyway, what is an attitude of gratitude? Because a lot of times we're hardwired for a fixation on the negative side, right? They say, blood cells, negative cells. Why? Because we have this as humans, we're hardwired that way. We're intrigued by that. We fixate on the negative side. Even the weather. Well, there's today with all up here in Canada, we've got freezing rain and snow and what really bad, schools closed and whatnot. It's yucky. But the weatherman says, well, there's a 15% chance of rain. Wait a minute, just a second. That means there's a 95% chance there's going to be sun. But we don't think of it that way. We don't even hear it that way. They don't even present it that way. There's a 5% or 85. Did I say 15? My math is I'm sugar plums dancing in my head. My math is bad. But anyway, the point is we focus on the big side or the little side of that, and well, yeah, but if there's 15% chance of rain, that means there's 85% chance of sun. Why can't we focus there? Because we don't. We're hardwired the other way. So having an attitude of gratitude is something that is an independent from one's circumstances. Having an attitude of gratitude is independent from our circumstance. It's not based on or relying on what our circumstances are, because our circumstances change. You've heard me talk before about the difference between joy and happiness. Joy is an abundance, is an attitude of gratitude, right? That abundance thought mindset is the positive side of that. It's not lack or scarcity or fear. It's living in a space of abundance, of positive, of gratitude. That's on the positive side. That's on the joy side. I can have joy no matter what's going on with my circumstance. Deep joy I can have and hold on to. That's a choice. We're not going to get away from that. It's a choice. Like it or not, it's a choice to have that joy deep inside. And I believe that's coming from Papa. So that for me, that's where that joy is coming from. That's the source of that deep inside me. That joy is Papa. But having that inside me, that joy can be there regardless of my circumstance. That means I can have an attitude of gratitude regardless of what's going on around me. Happiness typically is circumstantial. Happiness is because of what's going on around me. That's an external thing. What we're talking about today, whether it's at Christmas or any other time of the year, that attitude of gratitude is the joy deep inside. What is an attitude of gratitude? It's something that allows you to operate from abundance. It's a choice to operate from abundance, not fear or scarcity or lack. There's lots, abundance, there's lots, there's so much, there isn't a lack of. The only thing we have, well, even that we don't have. There's no lack, there's none. There's abundance all over the place. People, oh, I don't have enough money. Well, great. But if you focus there, guess what you're going to get? Oh, that's right. More, not enough. That's not abundance thinking. That's lack thinking. We want abundance thinking. There's trillions and trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars on the planet. There is no lack of money. We need to find ways to plug into that. If that makes sense, we want to, how do I get the piece I need to pay my bills and keep the food on the table and my wife and kids happy and plugging in. Not that they're only going to plug in for the money, but some days I got a teenage son. Some days it seems like maybe that's the deal. But you know what? It's coming from a place of abundance. There's lots. When we use that and choose to use that as a mindset, that attitude of gratitude is way easier because it's flowing out of us. That joy is flowing out of us. We see the positive sides and the silver lining on the clouds instead of the dark clouds and the thunder and the rain and whatnot. And we've talked about that even. Instead of hanging out, people say, hey, under the circumstances, I'm good. I'm like, what are you doing under the circumstances? Get above the storm, get above that, but that's a choice. I'll guarantee you it's much easier to have an attitude of gratitude when you're above the rain and the cold and the snow and the ice and the sleet and the nastiness on the ground. Much, much easier to have an attitude of gratitude. But even that is a choice. We have to choose to have that gratitude flow from us. Are you choosing to operate from abundance? Is that where do you have a normal, I typically have a pretty positive space, a positive headspace. That doesn't mean I don't have depression on days. That doesn't mean I don't have negative thoughts. It doesn't mean I don't have negative coming and flowing in situations that are happening. But overall, I have a positive mindset. I'm blessed with a very positive mindset. And so I'm always kind of looking for what the best thing, what's the good stuff? Where's the positive part of all this? And this person I don't like or isn't real friendly, but there's got to be positive attributes in there somewhere. Where are they? What are they? Let's find out. That also helps with situations around Christmas when all the family's together. Do I get along with everybody? No, I do not. But you know what? They're families, and they're friends and what. So we love them, we care. We want to be able to be in the space. We're adults. We can agree to disagree about lots of different things. But at the end of the day, there's an underlying love there. Even if it's just base human love. Just base human love should still get us into a space where, you know what, if we let that joy flow from us, We let Papa flow from us. But that joy that comes out, that abundance, that focusing, intentional focus on abundance makes it way, way, way easier. So although we're hardwired in a negative to fixate on the negative, choosing not to operate out of lack or scarcity and fear, choosing to operate from a mindset of abundance will make things better. And it puts that energy, and again, you've heard me talk lots about energy impact. Even if my mouth isn't saying anything, if I'm in a space, in a headspace, a mindset of abundance and gratitude, that's spilling out onto the people around me. Whether I'm walking through a mall, through a store, I'm grocery shopping, I'm doing whatever it is, that's flowing through me. And people are sensing that as they walk by me. Even now, I go out a lot like this, so I get a lot of people. Usually have dark glasses on, but I get a lot of smiles. I get people stop, especially this time of year. I get people that stop their cart. They want to come across, and they'll stop and wait for me to go by. And I'm like, oh, you're just trying to stay off the naughty list. And we sort of laugh and joke and smile. But again, it's an interaction. Papa brought them in to cross my path. Why? To put a smile on their face. I love doing that. Love doing that. So again, having that abundance mindset will make it easier to have an attitude of gratitude, not just at Christmas, but all year. And you know what? We got such a focus right now because it's Christmas on gift giving and on receiving stuff and giving stuff. You hear people say, well, it's about the giving, it's not about the getting, which is absolutely correct. For sure it is. But I have to be able to do both halves of that equation with grace. What does that mean? I want to be able to give with grace. I want to be able to give with a positive. I'm all excited about giving. That's great. But I have to be able to receive with grace, with an attitude of gratitude. You open some, oh, another tie. I've got 75 plus ties in my closet in real life. Like upstairs, if I go up, I went to put on a tie today. I won't sing, but I will show you. That's my tie today. Is a Santa tobogganing. I got more than 75 because I used to, in my life, I had to wear a suit every day. So I have lots of ties. But if I open a thing from my kids, it's a tie or socks or whatever, I'm like, oh, that's wonderful. Another tie. Yeah. I have to have an attitude of gratitude. You know what? This was important to them and they put time and effort in getting that for me. If I look at it from that point of view, I have to receive with grace. I have to receive with an attitude of gratitude. Right? Oh, another tie. That's great. Good job, guy. That I can't do that. And I don't. But the point is, I have to have an attitude of gratitude. Give and take are both, important, but be able to receive with gratitude and with grace. Make sense? I asked for a show of hands, but I'm looking into a camera. There's nobody there. So, well, you're out there listening. So I appreciate that, but I can't see your hand. Anyway, all right. We have to take another quick break, pay some more bills, but I want to do, again, a couple of shout outs. First one is to Kat Schwartz, is the owner and founder at Compassionate Healing Services. If you email her at info@compassionatehealingservices.com, again, info@compassionatehealingservices.com, and mention the long bearded guy so that you heard it here, you will receive 20% off one service. That's $100 savings off Kat's most unique offering, which is spiritual private investigation services. Very, very cool service. It's a very impactful, positively impactful. Kat will use her skills as an evidential medium to reconnect you with loved ones who have crossed over and provide proof of their continued presence in your life. Because there's, again, at the Christmas time, there's people that have passed that passed through the year, that have passed at other years, or even at Christmas time. And so being able to connect with those people, and she'll prove to you, hey, you know what? They're still here. their energy is still here. There's no energy created or destroyed. That means their energy is still here. So email her at info@compassionatehealingservices.com. And the other one is, again, my good brother, Jose Escobar, is the founder and CEO of the Entrepreneur's Bookshelf. But check out the Connected Leaders Academy membership, CLA, Connected Leaders Academy, Connected Leaders membership to take your business to the next level. This is the perfect tribe to learn, grow, and connect like never before. The Connected Leaders Academy tribe brings together some of the highest level entrepreneurs from all over the world. They're in 11 or 12 countries. We are in 11 or 12 countries, 250 members and growing, rapidly growing. Set up a virtual coffee with Jose Escobar today, and you can reach him at www.theentrepreneursbookshelf.com. Again, theentrepreneursbookshelf.com is where you can reach Jose. Incredible human being. I love him, mentor, friend, colleague, incredible guy. And he's got some amazing programs making a monster positive impact on the world. But with his book, again, coming out in January. So watch for that. Pre-order if you want. Let me know. I'll get you a copy, or we'll get you connected so you can get a copy. Autographed from him even. Like I said, we need to take a break. You're with the long-bearded guy, Gordon D Melville, on Inspired Choices Network. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
How much of our daily success relies on our mindset? Anything we are unaware of can still impact our lives. When dealing with our daily emotions that we all face, there can be positive outcomes we control. Why is the word stigma such a BS misnomer? Is living abundantly really possible for all of us, no matter where we find ourselves today? Join the long-bearded guy, Gordon D Melville. The Chief Catalyst Strategist Guide at JEWIL International invites you to an enlightening, sometimes shocking discussion. He will be challenging you to explore your own answers to these questions and so many more. This will lead you towards living an abundant, successful life no matter how you define it. Gordon D. Melville is live Fridays at 12 noon Eastern, 11 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Mountain, and 9 a.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
How wonderful would it be to carry your favorite Inspired Choices Network host with you throughout your day? Well, now you can. Inspired Choices Network now has its very own mobile app. Our free app offers live streaming shows, along with thousands of podcasts and TV episodes. Our shows cover a wide variety of topics. Whether you're waking up with us, carrying us through the day, and taking us to bed with you, we're always here for you to enjoy. We're easy to find. Just search for Inspired Choices Network in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store.
This is the long-bearded guy with Gordon D. Melville. To participate in the program, join the live studio audience in our chat room at InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can also send an email to thelongbeardedguy@gmail.com. Now back to the program.
Hey everybody, thank you so much. Thank you so much for staying with me and sticking with me. We're talking about Christmas attitude of gratitude. We're 48 hours from let's say the visit from the jolly old elf, but we know anyway, for our kids, hey, you know what? Santa's coming. And for the rest of us, having an attitude of gratitude and being able to share and share not just stuff, not just gifts and things, but from our heart, and that joy that we're giving and that love that we're giving. Having an attitude of gratitude and joy deep inside us will do that. All right, so I want to give you just four quick, easy ways to develop an attitude of gratitude. So how do we develop that? Where does that come from? How do we make that happen inside of us? How do we embrace that or get that to work? So if you've got your journal, make sure you're writing these things down. Just four quick, easy things. One I've talked about lots before is to keep a gratitude journal. So writing down, at the end of your day, sometime in your day, I like to do it at the end of the day, sitting down and writing 3 to 5 things that I'm thankful for the day. I mean, and to be different every day. It's not, I can be grateful for my wife and my kids and my home and my food and whatever. I can be grateful for that every day. So I don't want to write that day after day after day after day. So I'm finding other things. And we think of it in terms of some monumental thing, some miracle thing that happened. Or it doesn't have to be something, maybe it is, but it doesn't have to be. Sometimes the little things that we think are little things in the moment turn out to be the big things looking back. The last time Twitch left home and his wife, he said to his wife, "Hey, I love you." She said, "Hey, I love you." It was a quick boom, seemed like a small thing. She'll never get to say that to him again live. She'll never hear him say that to her live again. That little thing became a big, big thing. So keeping a gratitude journal that writes that stuff down. You know what? I had a hug from one of my sons today that was extra special. I hug them every day, but multiple times a day. But this one was really special. Or a hug or a kiss from my wife. Or I met somebody at Costco that I'm grateful for, because it was a good positive interaction that allowed me to spill joy out onto them and to put that into their life. I'm grateful for that. But keep a gratitude journal. Write this stuff down. And we think we're going to remember. Trust me, you don't. We used to do a thing with our kids, and I think I've mentioned this before, but every week we'd sit down, and on Sunday night, we'd write out on a piece of paper, all of us would, on the same piece of paper, on our own piece of paper, what was the big thing or the special thing or a takeaway or aha or miracle or something that was special from that week. And we would write it down when the boys were little. And then we would put it in a jar. We'd fold it all up and put it in a jar. And then on New Year's Eve, we would open the jar, because they were in bed way before midnight. We would open the jar and spill them all out on the floor. And I forgot that we read them all, because it brings that joy back. It lets us remember. And then we have another attitude of gratitude, because we're remembering those special moments from the year. It was a really, really, really fun exercise. We should go back to that, actually. Maybe in 2023, we'll do that again, because keeping a gratitude journal and keeping an attitude of gratitude all through the year, not just at Christmas, is something that should be part of the focus. So 4 easy ways to develop an attitude of gratitude. Keep a gratitude journal. Express gratitude. Love to others. Tell them thank you. Express your gratitude. Oh, they know. No, they may know, but that's not the point. Tell them. Express gratitude. Show it. Say it. Tell them. Thank you. I appreciate that. And you know what? Something that I learned from my good brother, Austin Haynes, his launch of his book and one of his programs happened last week. I'm incredible launch. He did so well with that. I'm so proud of him, but he's teaching me so much as a mentor, and being able to express gratitude. I learned from him, when people say, you give you a compliment, and you go, thank you. We do it without thinking. It's like saying, how are you? Most people don't want to know. It's just polite. When someone gives you a compliment, to say, you know what, I received that. And thank you. What's happening there? Lots of times we say thank you without it going in. It doesn't affect us. It's not, we don't take it in, because we don't believe we're worth that. We don't believe that we're worthy of that, of the compliment, whatever it is. Being able to be conscious and intentional, showing an attitude of gratitude, and being able to say, you know what, I received that, means it's going in. It's going in. Tell people that you love them. Tell them you're grateful for them. I tell my producer, Kim, every show, she says, you got 15 seconds or 10 seconds left. Make it a great show. I'll see you on the other side. And I always tell her I love her in big hugs. Why? Because I want her to know, hey, you know what? I appreciate you. We need to tell the people around us, we appreciate and love you. Why? Because you're not promised this afternoon even. And even beyond that, on a less negative type thought process than dying this afternoon, is one that says, you know what, I need her to know. I need people around me to know that I care. Maybe that's they need that. Twitch clearly needed somebody to reach out to him and say, hey, I appreciate you. I don't know what was going on in his head. I don't know any of the 4 people in the last 10 days. I don't know what was going on in their head, but maybe that interaction where I say to them, I love you and I appreciate you, is the piece that stops them from doing what they did. And we don't know. You have no idea. The strongest people that you know, lots of times have their most vulnerable inside. They put on that strength and armor on the outside so that people don't realize that they're struggling on the inside. So reach out, tell them, I love you, I appreciate you. I'm grateful that you're in my life. I'm grateful that you're in my experience and to have a connection to you. Keep a gratitude journal, express it as often as you can. Celebrate the small things is number 3. Celebrate the small stuff. Like I said, sometimes just a glance, a smile, a hug. I've told the story about the smile that saved the guy's life. That's a small thing. Celebrate the small stuff. Why? Because you may look back and find out, you know what? Those were the big things. Those small things can be the big things. And they're little wins. Again, how many big things happen in our life? Sometimes not that many. In a whole year, you may only have 3 or 4 big things, maybe not even. How many small things do you have happen to you that, puts a smile on your face, or that gives you a feeling of warm inside? Focus, intentionally focus, and choose to focus on the small things and celebrate those things. And the 4th one is meditate on gratitude. Think about it. Hold that space of positive inside you. Meditate with that, pray with that. A lot of times we hey, Papa, I want this and this and this. Thank you, bye. We walk away. We need to be thankful and hold on to that concept inside of ourselves. Hold on to that attitude of gratitude. Meditate on gratitude. The more time you spend thinking about it, the more time you spend immersed in that gratitude, in that thankfulness, the easier it is to be thankful and to have that flow out of you when you move through the rest of your day. And you can meditate on it wherever. At a stoplight, don't do that too much, they'll think you're texting. But maybe not, don't close your eyes, because that's not safe either. But you know what I'm saying. You can do it anywhere. You can do it in a meeting. You can do it at home. You can do it in a class. You can do it in bed. You can do it wherever you are, while you're eating, whatever. 4 quick things. Keep a gratitude journal. Write it down. You won't remember. Trust me, you won't. Keep a gratitude journal. And when you do that every day, it gets you to focus, intentionally focus every day on that space, on that gratitude. What am I grateful for today? Yep, it may be in a completely crap day, but you know what? These 3 things or these 5 things I'm thankful for today. It changes your focus. Keep a gratitude journal, express gratitude everywhere, tell people to love them and you're thankful for them, celebrate the small things, and meditate on gratitude. Those are 4 quick, easy ways, simple ways to help develop an attitude of gratitude. To develop an attitude of gratitude. That's a choice to manufacture it. I need to take another quick break. If you have, if this resonates with you at all in any way, or you want to move this forward, you want to help us move this forward, whether it's helping me with the 10 million men in 24 months initiative, or it's Boxed Inside Out, or you need coach. You're looking for a high performance coach, someone that can hold you accountable, somebody that can help you get to not just the next level, but multiple levels. Reach out. I do group coaching. I do one-on-one coaching. I do speaking. If you want me to come and speak to your church group or your group or your business or your whatever it is, whether it's live or virtually, please reach out. You can reach me at thelongbeardedguy@gmail.com is my email, easiest way to get a hold of me. But if you want to connect, please reach out. And thank you to all the people that do and have. This long bearded guy is to expand my reach and to try and find as many people as I can that I can help. I'm here to be in service to you or for you. I can't do that if you don't connect. So I'm honored to have the opportunity to connect and to help pour into you. So if you need, please reach out and I will get back to you as fast as I can. But again, thelongbeardedguy@gmail.com. My coaching practice is JEWIL International. That's JEWIL. JEWIL International is my coaching practice. And that's where my heart is. I can't do that often enough for long enough with enough people. Massively want to be able to help and move people forward in their life and encourage them and let them know that they're loved. Huge to me. So if you need something, please reach out. Please reach out. Thank you so much for being here. I need to take another quick break. You're with the long bearded guy with my baubles and Christmas on Gordon D Melville on Inspired Choices Network. We'll be right back. See you in a minute.
How much of our daily success relies on our mindset? Anything we are unaware of can still impact our lives. When dealing with our daily emotions that we all face, there can be positive outcomes we control. Why is the word stigma such a BS misnomer? Is living abundantly really possible for all of us, no matter where we find ourselves today? Join the long-bearded guy, Gordon D. Melville. The Chief Catalyst Strategist Guide at JEWIL International invites you to an enlightening, sometimes shocking discussion. He will be challenging you to explore your own answers to these questions and so many more. This will lead you towards living an abundant, successful life no matter how you define it. Gordon D. Melville is live Fridays at 12 noon Eastern, 11 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Mountain, and 9 a.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. This is the Long-Bearded Guy with Gordon D. Melville. To participate in the program, join the live studio audience in our chat room at InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can also send an email to thelongbeardedguy@gmail.com. Now back to the program.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Thank you for sticking with. Really appreciate that. We're talking to, you're with the long-bearded guy, Gordon D. Melville on Inspired Choices Network. And today we're 48 hours from the big day. So we're talking about Christmas attitude of gratitude. And we want to have an attitude of gratitude all year, but especially at Christmas. It's so very special to do that at Christmas. So we want to have an attitude of gratitude. Hey, Jackie. So as we close up and wrap up today, a couple quick things. Slow down and breathe and be intentionally grateful. Look hard. You may not have to look very hard to find the things. Initially, because it's a muscle, sometimes we haven't worked real well. Trying to find that attitude of gratitude, what to be grateful for, can be sometimes a little bit of a search. But look hard. Slow down. Do what Austin J. Haynes talks about. Pause and breathe. Pause and breathe. When you feel like you're getting overwhelmed, or you just want to stop for a second and go, you know what? We want to be able to do that. So slow down and breathe and be intentionally grateful, especially with Christmas. In the next few days, you're going to spend time with family and friends, and I'm hoping that you get to do that. And if you're a single person, you don't have lots of people, find ways to plug in. There's got to be a soup kitchen. There are lots of different ways to plug in. And I want to put it out there. Some people do, I don't want to impose. It's not imposing. Especially at Christmas, it's not imposing. People reach out, I go, hey, you know what? Come hang out with us. My mom used to say, we'll spit in the soup. I'm like, that's disgusting. But the concept is, I get it. We want to make sure that we always have lots of food. There's always lots of abundance. There's lots of everything. We have abundant everything. Reach out to the people around you. Be intentional about slowing down and appreciating the moment. Give yourself the gift, especially at Christmas, give yourself the gift of being present as the next few days happen. Why? Because the time's going to go in a blink of an eye. It's the same 24 hours, 86,400 seconds we have any other day. But you know what? It's heightened because there's so many things that can distract us. Pay attention to the things that are happening. Be present. Give yourself the gift of being present in the moment. Especially in the next 24, 48 hours. My call to action real quick. Commit to write at least 3 gratitudes a day, every day through 2023. Commit to to writing down at least three, between 3 and 5 things you're grateful for every day of 2023. I do it every day. I have for more than 30 years. Commit to doing it for 1 year and see what happens to your life when you focus in that space. So that's my call to action. Reach out and let me know you're doing it. Reach out to do that. Let me know, hey, at longbeardedguy@gmail.com, let me know that you're writing your gratitudes every day. Post it, do a blog. Well, there's lots of different ways to do that, but do that. That's my call to action today. To think about that gratitude as we go into 2023, and certainly in the next 48 hours. Having an attitude of gratitude will change your life. We know it will. You know it will. It's not hocus pocus. It's not magic, but there is magic in it. And as this magical time of year for so many, I want to put that out there. Intentionally choose to have an attitude of gratitude at Christmas. In the next 48 hours, remember why the season is here. It's not about gifts and tinsel and Santa and whatnot. Is that fun? Yes. Does that connect us? Yes. Is it good for the kids in terms of connect? Yes. Is it special? Yes. But it's special for so much more than what we're going to get in terms of stuff. Way, way more special. It's about the time we're spending with each other. I want to wish you all a very, very Merry Christmas. The most happiness that's available in the season. And it's deep on my heart to make sure that if you're in a space that's not happy, you reach out. Please reach out to somebody. You're needed, you're wanted, you're loved. The world needs you, whether you believe that or not. The world needs you. The world is a better place because you're here. I want to give you a massive, massive virtual hug and let you know that you're cared about and loved. Reach out. Reach out. I've been in that space. I know what that feels like. Reach out anyway. I don't know who I'm talking to today, but at this time of year, as much as there's this huge outpouring of love and gratitude and warm and all this good stuff, it can be a brutally, brutally hard time of year for some others. And I want to be sensitive to that. I want to be here for you. People will want to sit and listen to you talk and hand you Kleenex and spend time with you. I'd much prefer to do that than go to your funeral. Please reach out. Make it a great Christmas. We will get back together next Friday on the 30th, right at the end of the year, for last year's words belong to last year's language. Ooh, last year's words belong to last year's language. That is our topic on Friday, December 30th. I'm very excited. Merry Christmas to you all. Have a blessed, blessed, blessed time in the next few days and over the next week. It's a very special time of year. Reach out to people, spread love, spread gratitude, hold that joy deep in your heart, not for what you got, but for what you're able to give. Be grateful for where we are at. We're so blessed. Very excited about the next 48 hours. I got some huge plans with friends and family. It's going to be awesome. Make it another great week, including Christmas. And then I'll talk to you again before we do the New Year's thing. So I'll have an opportunity to say that. But you know what? Make it another great week. Merry, Merry Christmas. I love you. Massive hugs. Live abundantly with gratitude and intention over the next week, especially in the next little bit. We'll see you next week. Merry Christmas to you and yours, from me and mine. Merry Christmas, everybody. Take care. Love you all.
Thank you for tuning into the Long Bearded Guy Show. You are appreciated and loved. Gordon D. Melville returns Fridays at 12 noon Eastern, 11 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Mountain, and 9 a.m. Pacific on the InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. Until then, make it another great week, leading with love, powerfully designing, crafting, and living out your positively impactful legacy life you were created for. Big hugs.